Hi everyone, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon, and me, Banshee, and this is me, Banshee, for My Material Matters segment, your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. Welcome to the show. These turbulent financial times, we got to see what's going on out there. I mean, with gas prices shooting up, oh my goodness, I saw the pumps today when I was out. It was not pretty. All right. Well, this is March, a new month, and I'm switching up the Oracle deck to use. It's going to show one of the two books from the Seed and Sickle Oracle by Fez Inkwright, and there is a Dawn card and a Dusk card that we will be drawing today. Figured with spring coming and seeds being planted and things starting to sprout up now ever so slightly, some of the early spring flowers, it would be a good deck to use. All right. All right. I look for the first upright card for the dawn reading, and then the next reversed card for the dusk reading. So let's see what we have. We start off with a dawn card, all right? We've got Belladonna. Number 20. All right, I'm going to remember that. And let's see what else we get here. Oh, the next card happens to be reversed, and it's Asphodel. Asphodel. And that is the dusk card because it's reversed. And that is number 30. That's really interesting. So we have card number 20 and card number 30. So let me grab the Dawn deck. Belladonna. Belladonna is a card of inevitability and sacrifice. Wow. There is a conflict inside you, making it difficult to focus on the task at hand. The shears of Atropos, the Greek goddess of fate, who gives Atropo, really Belladonna, its name, are snipping at the threads you've carefully put into place. Perhaps it is time to sit back and consider where things have become entangled. You may have to place some of your other projects aside to stop the main one from becoming completely knotted. Wow, I wonder if this is just speaking about seeking alternatives, for investments, etc. during these turbulent times. It makes it sound like here it says a card of inevitability and sacrifice. Seems like right now sacrifices are going to have to be made because of, maybe some scarcity, prices high on oil because of the, issues with oil going on. It's going to be very interesting times, definitely. And entanglements, I'll say. So let's move on to Asphodel and see what that says. Number 30, and that will be in the Dusk card. And number 30. In Corsica, where asphodel grows prolifically, a person who has been gone from their homeland for a long time is said to have forgotten the asphodel. Lately, it's felt though your as though you're nostalgic for something long past. Maybe an absent friend, an old place you need to go, or food you haven't eaten for a while. Reaching out to that friend or recreating that time or place or visiting it if you can is exactly what you need to lift your spirits. So we do need to try to find positive activities to lift us up. It's possible too that this might be a hint to us that maybe some of, the things that we have to look out for or maybe make changes with may have roots in our past. Maybe some of the austerity and sacrifices that we have to make. So consider that in what's coming ahead. Interesting cards today. All right. So you'll be seeing more of the Seed and Sickle Oracle in the month ahead. Let's move on to the astrological outlook for the week ahead and see what's cooking out there. It looks like it is kind of a crazy week to me. Now, caveat, I'm no astrologer, but I do see some things here I'm wondering about. This reading is from March 6th through the 12th. The moon will be traveling from Aries, Taurus on Sunday, which, it'll be in Taurus by the end of the day, Sunday, and then into Cancer by week's end, Saturday. Now, also on March 6th, the Sunday, both Mars and Venus, the god of war, the god of love, planet of war, planet of love, they're moving into Aquarius on March 6th. I'm not sure what to make of that. Also, Mercury is in Pisces on March 9th. I don't know, it's just a funny thing. Also, I would add that I happen to notice that both Mars and Venus will be conjuncting each other, and both Mars and Venus will be I think it's square the moon on that Sunday as well. So it sounds like kind of a turbulent day there to me. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. Let's hope nothing major happens in Earth events and world events on March 6th. Okay, the day of this reading. All right. So as I've said, the reading is good for the week ahead for the elemental signs of the zodiac. So we're starting with our friends, the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This reading is for you for the week ahead. And let's hope, as the earth is now starting slowly to wake up again and green, that there'll be nothing but money, green, blowing in the wind for you. Wondering where I was going with that? So was I. All right. Okay. There we go. All right, air signs, your focus for the week ahead. What a wonderful start for you. Speaking of the greening of the earth, the Empress has joined you this week. And hey, this is a very creative week for you, very productive. You should be able to get a lot accomplished, a lot of things, maybe seeds planted, things that you are setting in motion. Or maybe, actually, I should say, from seeds that have been planted, you might notice some things starting to happen, starting to come up for you, So be creative this week. Don't be afraid to brainstorm a bit and share your ideas with others. Share with others and nurture them as well. Maybe somebody else is stuck with a problem and you can possibly come up with that solution for them. It's a great card. It's a great focus for the week ahead for you, air signs. And how best can you prepare for that focus? Well, the Nine of Pentacles is reversed here. I think that maybe you should take some of that dissatisfaction that you might be feeling with present conditions, present material conditions, and use some of that Empress energy here to try to try to make more things come to fruition that you really think will nourish you, that will give you more of what you really want. It appears that maybe things have not been totally satisfactory. Things have not been going completely in a direction that you're happy about. It may be that you have, your material needs are met, but you want something more than what is there for you. So make it happen with the Empress card. We'll go over that again a little bit more when we refocus on the whole reading. So how about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, there's a man carrying a big sword there. That's a King of Swords, upright. But I think the King of Swords is saying, hey, there's somebody in your environment who you can count on to make decisions that are in your best interests. Whether this is a financial advisor. I know right now the markets are, people who are trying to keep people calm in the markets. They're out there trying to say, hey, hold firm, hold tight. They're trying to also make good decisions as far as your money goes, depending on these circumstances. I do feel that, whatever the case may be, whether it's your investments, or whether it's a work situation, some procedural situation, somebody is going to come up with the right answers and judgments for you, weighing all the facts and things that they need to in that situation. Well, and so will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you air signs? I think there must be, if not forward movement, by week's end, it seems like there's going to be a bit more optimism, and energy applied towards looking at what the next big thing is going to be. So you might achieve some completion on some projects, some goals, but I really feel like the financial material benefit might still be off a bit, and you're just looking towards the future, those ships coming in for you. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. The Empress is upright here, and I feel that you start off with a really, really good focus here of productivity, of accomplishment, of really taking something that maybe was the seeds of an idea once upon a time, and now, you're making them come to fruition. And you're doing that possibly because, you just want more out of life than what you have. You either want more, what am I trying to say? You either want more challenges, more things more things that really motivate you, inspire you, or you want more material well-being. You're not satisfied with conditions as they are right now. And so this energy of the Empress is going to help you make the changes you need. And also share your ideas with others. This might be perfect time for that because somebody out there in the, your material world, whether it's at work, whether it's your investors, your financial advisors, your corporate leaders, there's somebody there who will be looking at, what you are proposing or what you are suggesting, some of your ideas, and they're going to make some good solid decisions that could benefit you because of that. And ultimately, it leaves you by week's end waiting to see the results of what you have set in motion, air signs. That is what I have for you. So it is hopeful. So good luck with that. All right. Okay, my fellow fire signs. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This reading is for you for the week ahead. Let's hope things are getting hotter in the material world. And when I say that, I of course mean in a good way. Okay, my friends, the fire signs. Let's see what's going on for us this week. All right. Your focus for the week ahead is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is reversed. So there may be the coming or going of some matter that's going to make you a little bit unhappy. happy. Is it some changes at work that you're being confronted with, a sudden shift in approach on something? Has work decided to, or, your corporate leaders decided to abandon a project or way of doing things and doing it another way? Is there some juggling and some weakness in the financial markets that are affecting you? There is some disappointment and some sadness at the beginning of this week. And so how best can you prepare for that focus? You know what? Just keep moving. If they shift, if somebody shifts the game on you, don't let it stop you dead in your tracks, fire signs. Do what fire signs do. Just keep moving. Keep the momentum going. Keep the energy going. Okay, if you have to shift gears and do things a little differently, if you have to move your money around, go with it. Just do it. Just keep the ball rolling. It seems like momentum will help you, hopefully, this week. What about people this week? It's interesting here. We have the coming or going of a matter connected with money. With emotions. We have here the coming or going of a matter connected with money, and it's reversed, the Knight of Pentacles. So, people around you, you're going to have to watch the decisions they make. Be cautious. I know I said forward movement, go with whatever is happening, but do be a little bit cautious about the advice you might be receiving from others. Make sure it is in your best interests, before you do go with it. They may, I'm starting to think here, now I'm thinking about it. Let me backtrack, fire signs. I think I see what's going on here. We have forward momentum here. You want to keep the ball rolling. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed here. And the Knight of Pentacles is usually somebody who's not moving. His horse is at a standstill. So you reverse him and he's just stuck. He's just kind of stuck in place. So I think it's going to be hard for you to motivate people to keep that ball rolling. So if you are a supervisor or a manager, you might have to, pull some extra rabbits out of your hat to get your employees motivated and keep them moving in a positive direction. And your financial advisors, you may want them to move faster on things and they are willing to do it this time. So bear that in mind, that other people may not be operating at the speed of light that you want them to. And finally, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for the fire signs? Well, hey, fire signs, we've got the Queen of Wands reversed here. I think if it's not, this could be you, this could be somebody else, but somebody around you is not doing their best work. It could be you, but ultimately by week's end, let's do it both ways. You're not showing the best side of yourself. You're just maybe been pushing the envelope a little bit too much here. Perhaps some of these people think that you are acting too aggressively. They really truly want you to slow down, but is that in your best interests? I'm not sure it is. So ultimately, by week's end, projects and stuff might suffer a setback or delays. Definitely delay is what I sense here. And it could be, like I said, they don't want to move as fast as you do. The other angle on this is, this could be somebody who, is either holding the purse strings or making the decisions. And, they're opposed to kind of what you're trying to do. And so ultimately by week's end, they are the setback. So look at that either way, fire signs. You're up for some stuff here. And I blame it on these two reverse knights more than anything else, although the queen is a problem. So, something is setting you off right from the beginning. There's disappointment, there's sadness, there's sorrow about delays or setbacks or a lack of return on investment, maybe not getting a job you wanted. There is disappointment, but you need to work through it. You need to just keep moving yourself forward. That's what the cards indicate here. In order, just keep on keeping on. But people around you aren't keeping on very well. You have to light a fire under their butts if you want anything to move forward. And ultimately, because of that, there seems to be some setbacks and delays at the end. It may be because of these external forces. It's nothing that you can control. Or it could be because others are thinking you're just pushing too hard. They don't want to go so fast. They don't understand the reason why they have to go so fast. And you're not getting off on the right foot with them. So better luck next week, fire signs. Hey, what's that I hear? Is that the sound of rain, or is that the sound of cash raining down? Water signs? Let's hope so. It's really not raining out there. It's a beautiful sunny day, by the way. But water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, this reading is for you. Let's show the world you are not washed up in this next week. I know one thing, it's water time. Okay. One of our favorite cards to start with in the material matters. It's a Fool upright, water signs. Okay, hey, don't be afraid to take a leap of faith this week, I guess. Conditions are such that you feel, the urge to do something maybe different. Maybe even take on I don't know if I would recommend it at this time, but maybe to take on a new investment. Maybe to take on a new job, maybe for you students to go off in a new direction, a path that, you've always wanted to do, but were afraid to try. Whatever the case may be, whether it's work, money, real estate, school, take that leap. Walk off that cliff. The sun is shining. The time is right. Take a chance on something that's really important to you or what you think might bring in some extra income your way or wealth. So how best can you prepare for that focus? Well, the Three of Cups is reversed here. Water, what's going on? I think the best way you can prepare for that focus is to mend fences with anybody that you've been working with. If you are at odds with your advisors, investors, your leaders, your peers, it's time to try to pull together again and work together as a team. Without that, taking on this new venture could be difficult. No man is an island, especially in this financial world today. Everything is interconnected. So, the moves you make could affect others, and make sure everybody's on the same page. Make sure everybody, or at least that, if you've been having issues of communication with others, that you clear that up before you move forward. And hey, what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, guess what? People are ready for something new. People are ready for some good news for a change. The markets have been all over the place. Everything is kind of wonky right now, except COVID is lightening up. We know that. But it looks as though the people around you are willing to listen. There's good news. They might be giving you a green light on some of these ideas, and maybe it's because, you're finally getting through to them and everybody is feeling like they can work together on this. I really like that card being there. It's very positive. Well, so ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for the water signs? Hey, it could be so much worse than this card. The Four of Wands is reversed. Wow. It's a TFT party card, unofficially. And, well, I should say officially. We like to call it that. And I feel here that this card is indicating that, you know, you're going to see some modest success out of this path here. You're going to see some progress being made, but there's more work to be done. It's not complete yet. There's still more to do, but I think by week's end, you're going to realize everything is looking a lot better. So let's look at this again. You're ready to take a chance on something, a risk, a gamble. You know, take a leap of faith. Do it. Absolutely do it. But you know what? I would just say that before you jump off that cliff there, make sure everybody understands why you're doing it. Make sure everybody can be on the same page with you. And make sure that if there has been any conflict amongst your team, you know, whether it's your financial team, whether it's your peers, make sure that's settled as before you make these moves forward. And I really feel people will be ready for it. They want some good news for a change. They want something positive to happen. They want a growthful new start. There's enthusiasm here. I really feel that, you know, maybe that enthusiasm and your willingness to take a chance on a risk or something might mend this fence over here. It might bring them all back together again. And ultimately, I think by week's end, you're going to see a lot of, you're going to see some forward movement, some progress. I'm not going to say it's a lot, but it's certainly going to make it feel like everything is moving in the right direction. And you yourself know, water signs, there will be more work that needs to be done. That's what I have for you. Hey, good luck with that, water signs. Well, hey, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This reading is for you for the week ahead. Let's see if you can shake things up in your material world. Shake some money loose from that money tree. All right, my friends, the earth signs. Well, we have a repeat card, but this one is reversed, and this is your focus for the week ahead. It's the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is reversed. So, you might be mulling over recent setbacks, recent losses. It could be relating to the economic conditions that are going on right now. You know, your investments are not paying off. The money is not coming in. Maybe some shipments from overseas are still being delayed. There's just a lot of things I could read into this card reversed here, but it's basically kind of a card of delays, but it's also a card of maybe rethinking your plans. You know, now is the time to maybe, if things are not paying off, if things are not coming through, maybe a change in the way things are being done or in what you are doing. You know, I said that already, in the way things are being done or in the way that you are investing your money, you are working with your planners, needs to be changed. You can need to get together with people and find out how to make those ships come in once more. Well, how best can you prepare for that focus? It's the Six of Cups upright. That's such a sweet card. And it's interesting to me because it looked like they're in moonlight. It looks like a more darker scene to me. And they are walking towards the water in moonlight. Kind of has this nostalgic look to it that the Six of Cups is known for. And I get the feeling here that it's saying that look to your past. Look to like your past and maybe how when things were not working properly before, how did things go well? Or maybe even better yet, Look at past successful times and determine, if any of the techniques or things that you were doing back then can be utilized now in order to get through this, log jam that might be here on that first card. Well, what about people this week? Oh, earth signs. Despite that happy joy reminiscing in the past, it looks as though the people around you are not very happy. There might be some bickering, there might be some fighting. If it's not with you, it could be amongst themselves about the direction things are going in and what needs to be done or accomplished. It seems like it could get kind of, I don't want to say heated, but what I do want to say is emotional. It could get emotional. People sometimes are very, very tied to their opinions and their feelings about the way things need to go. So that's what you're kind of going to be up against, I think, here, water signs. But the good news for you is the final repeat card. Because this one is upright, and it's the TFT party card upright this time. And it's funny, it's the end card in your reading because it was in the last reading reversed. And either way this card comes up, it is good. And what I think here is that this is a period of setting a foundation, trying to get things right again, trying to work out the kinks, and ultimately it will leave you in a much happier place. By week's end, you might feel there is a reason to celebrate after all, even though things looked a little bit bleak here. So let's focus on this again, the whole picture, and see what we can come up with. It looks like, you're starting with this idea that your plans as they have been put in place are not paying off, earth signs, that something needs to be retooled or rethought out. And so maybe this is time to strategize, and maybe, with your team, or even on your own, you need to look back at times when things were working out well. What does it take? What can you take away from that? That's the word, takeaways. What takeaways can you take from past positive material experiences that can help you through these rough waters you're experiencing right now? Well, I also think some of this has to do with how people are working together and how they're approaching this issue too. It seems like people will have a lot of, they will have their own ideas, and they're pretty set in those ideas. They're not that willing to compromise, like a certain dictator right now in a certain country who's waging war. It's like they're just, they're kind of set and they don't want to cooperate. But ultimately, I feel as though they will come together. People will come together. You will have a reason to celebrate by week's end. And maybe it's because maybe some of this stuff needs to be aired. Maybe they need to just get this out. What's making them upset? And then you can find a way around it, I'm wondering if that's what's going on here. And ultimately, it shows everybody in a more celebratory, happy mood by week's end. And not just happy, they realize too that they have the start of building something stronger here than it was in the beginning. And so they're going to keep on that path to make it stronger and, finish the job. Woohoo! That's what I have for you, earth signs. Well, I think, it was not a bad week overall for everybody like the last couple of weeks have been. So let's hope things stabilize just a little bit despite some of the astrology I've been noticing here. Maybe it is a good thing. Remember, I have said I'm no astrologer. But keep all of that in mind as you move forward. Just want to remind everybody now to watch Mr. O's Goth Tarot. Get the skinny on the shadow side of your life. It is at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday mornings. And at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday, he puts out his emotional exchanges, which I believe he's done a little tweaking with lately too. So it's a little bit of a slightly different format, But so enjoy the emotional exchanges and find out what's going on in the heart for, your week ahead. And Saturday, honestly, in these turbulent times, who doesn't need a little happy? Come join us at our happy hour. We have such a great chat room. Everybody is in great spirits. And, it's never a negative message at our happy hour show. Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as always, we're here for our live streams for you to get a slightly longer reading for free and learn a little bit more of some aspect in your life. So everybody, I hope you have a prosperous week ahead. You work through the hurdles that you face. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.